Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining today's workshop. And today I am going to share with you how to, not only move around the cube, but also, make the cube facing the direction and also jump in, like move around and jump in the inside the environment that you create. At the end, we will have a little challenge which combines with our previous tutorial. It means that before we learn how to rotate, right? So later on, if you want to do the challenge, feel free to do the challenge. And let's take a look at today's everything today. Okay, so let me do this. Okay, so today, let's see today. You see, there's a coin. I mean, you can pretty much change the size of the coin, but you can see like something is rotating and floating in the sky. And then if you, I make like dueling eyes, two eyes, so you can see the direction, right? So yeah, for example, if I forward, backward, yeah, and you can see the eyes will pretty much show according to the direction, and you can see actually the cube is rotating according to how my arrow key goes. So yeah, you see, ooh, okay. So for example, I can jump and jump. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, so this is today's lesson. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so let me make a player two. Yeah. Oh, if you want to disable it, you go here and click this, and this will disable. Okay, so let me disable all those and make a player two cube. Okay, so player two. Okay, then I will create another C# script, player two. Okay, so this player two, and usually in order for this player two to stand out, I would put here because my camera, yeah, you can see my camera is here. It's much easier. Later on, we will learn how to let the camera follow the player, but now we can just do this. Okay, so player, right? And what I would do is to change the color of the player. Maybe use yellow material, YELLOW, yellow. Okay, so go to Albedo. Okay, Albedo. Let's make it yellow, something, yeah, something like that. Okay, great. And then we go to player two and insert this. Yeah, just like, drag and drop. You go here and drag and drop here, right? And then, let's go here. Okay. Yeah, you can do drag and drop, or you can click the game object and you kind of drag and drop the color on top of that player. Okay, so yeah, so now let's open the script, player two. Oh yeah, I think we didn't really attach it, right? Yeah, we need to attach it as well. So yeah, so make sure later on we can apply it, everything to this. Inspect this too. What's going on? Yeah, seems like something is a little off. Okay, it's fine. Let me go back to default. Okay, great. Okay, so let's take a look. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's take a look. The script. Okay, so player 2, right? So first we need to do some, for example, like settings, public settings, in order for us to put the player, right? So first, what should we do? Before we use the transform, like the transform, right? Translate, transform, that function. If you open our previous one, you can see the movement. We use the transform that translate, right? So this one is that it's really good, but you have to add time. Why? Because translate, it's just a position translate. But now we are going to do, what we are going to do is to use velocity. Velocity is every single, like if you have velocity, it means that you don't really multiply time. Why? Because velocity itself, it's kind of, if you put a single direction there, if you put vector 3, it means that it will, have a speed and then follow that direction. So velocity is really different from the transform. So yeah, okay. So now we have to think a way of doing how to do it, right? So first, we need to set up speed, and also we need to call our rigid body. Its velocity is pretty much the I would say velocity is the kind of like the speed. It's like the object moving towards something in a constant speed. So that's velocity. But position, it means that it's the position of the object. So velocity, it's, yeah, all you need to do is to put a kind of like I would say direction, but you have to call, use a rigid body to call it because it's physics. Okay, so let's kind of define speed. Public float, sorry. So you need to have a speed, right? And then you need to have a rigid body. Why you need, what's rigid body? Rigid body means that if you have an object, right, and you put a rigid body for it, and this rigid body can start, functioning as the physics and start, like usually we put player or something that we can control, we put a rigid body on it. So yeah, so if you put rigid body, you kind of can start, manipulate it like physics, in physics. Okay, so rigid body, usually we use RB, yeah, rigid body, and then public. Yeah, later on we will do the jump flow. So yeah, it's fine. Okay, so let's start from the update. You can use fixed update, but I mean, it's all good. Yeah, I mean, update means that update is called once per frame. So yeah, every frame it will be called. So it means that everything will constantly moving, right? So what we want to do is, like public flow and speed. And because we attach this player to our player to that little box, right? So pretty much whatever we do it is to manipulate or change that box. So yeah, so flow speed will be applied to that box. Okay, that player thing, that yellow box, right? There, it's not really a box, it's cube, right? Yeah. Okay, so update. So what I would say is you have to start thinking about how you want to move that cube. Okay, so so the way that we move cube is to press horizontal, vertical key. Where are they? Before we talked about where are they? They are in, let me move myself. here. Okay, so they are in project settings. Yeah. Well, sometimes I don't really remember what's the name of it. I kind of play around, so you kind of need to no, all you need to do is to play around. Okay, so go to Windows, project setting. I think it's somewhere here. Yeah, project setting, right? I remember before there was a player setting somewhere here, but I think now it's all combined. Okay, if you want to see this, you need to go to Input Manager, Axis, right? Horizontal, vertical. Yeah, so those two are what we are going to do. And we are going to use the left and right key, down and up key. Yeah, use those 4 keys in order to, you know, like kind of check those stuff, right? So yeah, so pretty much on key down, right? Like get key down, right? So when you do the left key down on your keyboard, this will go left. When you have this right key, and you will go right, up and down. Okay, so this is where we are going to input, and today we are going to use physics, because later on the jump one, we are going to use physics at force. So that's why today the movement will be a little different, so it can function more accurately. Oh yeah, so okay, so let's start with float x. Input dot get axis horizontal. Okay, so we kind of time speed, right? So later on, we can just, you know, like put this x to that. So right now, everything we refer is the velocity. So if we put x, it means that this float will follow, for example, like if you have 1, right, on the x axis, you have 1. It means that every once per frame, it will move 1. Like the 100 direction if you have like a number, so it will constantly move in that way, so it multiply times. Okay, so speed. Okay, float. Okay, so here it means that we really want to see, like when we press horizontal, then this will start moving. And then, yeah, and then we kind of want to multiply, right? So yeah, so later on we are going to apply to velocity, and velocity is that something is constantly moving. And the reason why we want to multiply speed is because 1 is too slow, right? Or anything is like, it will go really slow. So we times speed, so make it speed up. But in velocity, we want, you know, like kind of like every frame we call it 1 time. So it's kind of like, for example, like the first frame, it's moving here. The second frame, it will move to second. So it's just keep moving. Okay, so this is flow. Okay, so if you want to, it means that if you press horizontal, left or right key, right? And if you press left or right key, the number will start from -1 to 1. So -1, it will times speed. For example, if you set your speed is 20, minus 1 multiply 20 equals -20, then you will go speed, you know, every like call once per every frame, right? So first frame -20, second frame you will go to -40, right? Yeah, so it's like -20 plus -20 equals -40. So this just like, every frame, you will start going to the left-hand side. Okay, so we want to try it, right? So maybe we can debug the log. Okay, so let's take a look. But remember, we need to set out the speed first. Maybe let's set up our speed, like, let's say 2. 2 is good. Okay, rigid body. Okay, we need to have a rigid body, right? So we need to add RB, rigid body. Okay, yeah, so we can start using physics later. Yeah, okay, RB. Yeah, RB rigid body. We can either use this way. We can drag from here to here, right? Or drag from here to here. So RB. Okay. Okay, so let's try it. Okay. Let's make sure everything works. Oh, okay. Yeah, we haven't applied. Sorry, we haven't applied. So it will be on the console. Okay, so yeah, we are testing out whether that X can have value change or not. Okay, so let's start trying. You go here, right? And you start pressing left key or right key. Yeah, and you see the number keep changing, right? When I press left, when I press right, you can see the number is changing. Yeah, according to the value that I press. So it means everything works. Okay, so we got the value in for the left right hand side, which is horizontal axis. And then we want to have another one, which is vertical. Okay, vertical. View. Vertical. Okay, vertical. Okay. So you can try it. Debug. Why? Okay. So you can start. Oh, remember to change to Y. Okay, Y, right? So you can take a look. If we start playing around, yeah. See the number? Yeah, up and down, right? Left and right. Yeah, so this means that everything works right now. Okay, so now we need to apply the velocity. So before we have RB, right? So yeah, I don't think it's Y, sorry. It should be Z. Because we are in a YZ plane and later on we can apply Y to the jump. So it's Z, sorry. Okay, so later on we want to use, like the velocity. So we need to use RB the velocity. You see, there are so many functions you can use, and those are all related to physics. Okay, so velocity. Okay, you press tab. Course view. Okay, vectors. Oh, tab. Okay, so what does it mean? It means that rigid body, it will apply the velocity to this vector 3. So this vector 3, if this vector 3 is, let me see whether I can use this. Okay, yeah, I think I can. Okay, so for example, like this is the cube, right? If it follows, for example, 1, 0, 0, it's X, Y, Z, right? So this will go this way.
if the RB the velocity equals vector 3.